Main card. We're gonna do 3 fights on the main card.
3 fights. It's your boy.
It's
the cowboy Donald Cerrone.
It's my brother from another mother.
Fighting from the Bad Motherfucker Ranch. That's a cool name.
Is that what he calls it?
He calls it the Bad Motherfucker Ranch.
Wow, you would never be there. Anyway,
you would never get invited.
You would never get invited to that place.
Fighting Rick Story. Jesus, this is a good fight.
Why is Donald Cerrone only ranked number 14?
I mean, who's he beat?
Well,
170.
Let me tell you, sir.
He beat Pat. What's his name?
He
Pat
beat
Cummins,
Alex Oveda. And then Patrick Cote.
Patrick Cote. That's good. That's a good win. Yeah, TKO. The third round.
Yeah,
that was good. But number 14. Yeah, I see that. That's reasonable.
14 is reasonable for him?
Yes.
No. Especially
I
when you
think it's
have
reasonable.
motherfuckers like Johnny Hendricks in front of him.
But he hasn't beat him.
Well,
and this is a new weight class. You can't just put him up to the top 10.
He needs to be.
Well, if he wins this fight, he'll be top 10.
All right.
But that's a different story. Can he do it against Rick Story? That fucking brick house. The goddamn brick house, man.
Oh, man. This is so Donald Cerrone, number 14, versus Rick Story, number 9. Donald Cerrone on a 2-fight win streak in the welterweight division.
New division.
But, remember, he was on a tear in the 155 division.
And then he just got derailed by...
He got them body shots, Them body shots ate him up. He lost the title match.
Work on your core work, man.
Yeah.
You gotta do your crunches, man.
Rick Story, though, 3-fight win streak.
Been inactive.
Yep.
He did fight a couple months ago. Who did he fight? Rick Story fought
Gunnar Nelson.
That
and
was a good fight.
Tarek Saffiedine.
But Gunnar Nelson was, I think, 2014.
Yeah, it's been a while for Rick Story.
Saffiedine was earlier this year, but I mean, obviously he has a fight already in his belt, but not consistent. And he's already ranked 11. That's kind of weird.
Well, he's ranked 9.
He's definitely good. Oh, he's ranked 9?
Yeah.
That's even more weird.
Yeah,
but he's a shit brick house, man.
He's seasoned. He's a veteran. His last fight was May 2016, but before that he had pretty much a 1.5 year layoff. So he came back after that long layoff. He beat Tarek Saffiedine, who's a tough dude.
Yeah. It was a close fight too. Real close fight.
He beat him by unanimous decision. How do you see it going?
Dude, I don't know, man.
No,
I always go with my boy Don Cerrone, but if Rick Story gets his fucking paws on you, I saw Cowboy get manhandled by Oliveira, and I don't like that. I don't like the strength, man. The same difference. Dude's fucking strong, man. If he gets his hands on him, he's gonna take him to the ground and wear him out. But he can run into a problem in Donald's jiu-jitsu.
Donald's got a sick jiu-jitsu.
Which is how he got out of the fight with Cowboy Oliveira.
He's got a sick jiu-jitsu, and he's got a sick bottom game.
Yeah, it's crazy, man. So I don't know.
From the guard position, he can do some damage from the bottom.
Yeah, I think if he can utilize his Muay Thai to keep the distance, not let Rick get inside, use his wrestling, he could probably win a decision. I don't see Rick Story stopping him though. So he could rail out or grind out a decision as well. I'm gonna go Cerrone. I'm gonna go Cerrone 3rd round decision.
All right, I'm gonna take Cerrone by first round submission.
You fucking animal. You serious?
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah,
I like that.
Yeah.
Go.
I say
balls deep. Fuck it. Go.
Oh, you know what? Nah, fuck it. I'm gonna take Cerrone by first round TKO.
You monster. Now you're just trying to play with me.
Now I'm just showing out.
Now you're just playing games.
Now I'm just showing out.
Now you're just playing games, man.
I don't know what we're talking about. I'm just making some crazy stuff.
I blacked out. Yeah, all right, man.
I roofied your drink. Anyway.
Let's move on to the co-main event.
The co-main event of UFC 202.
Anthony.
Probably
Rumble Johnson versus
Glover
Teixeira.
Possibly the best fight that could be made at the light heavyweight division besides John Jones versus DC rematch.
Or John Jones versus the court case.
Or John
the
Jones.
State of Arizona.
John Jones versus the driver in car right next to him.
John Jones versus USADA.
John Jones versus the Colombian cartel.
I saw an interview with John Jones. He's saying he's going to be back soon.
I saw that too. Anyway,
He's going to be back
John
soon.
Jones.
I don't know what that means.
Back to our John Jones jokes.
Don't miss my boy. He's pound for pound. He's GOAT, man. He's GOAT.
Wow.
The only one, guys, this is a bit lesson to you. The only one that can defeat you is you. That's exactly what happened to John Jones. All right? Stay in school. All right.
Stay in school.
Who you got winning this
unless
fight?
you can fight like John Jones. Don't do drugs, kids.
Don't do drugs.
Don't do drugs.
And quickly graduate and don't bother with anything else.
Please don't hit pregnant ladies while they're driving and then run away from this scene.
Yeah. Who you got for this fight, man?
Well, let's talk about it a little bit. So we got Rumble, who's on a 2-fight win streak.
Yes, sir.
The last two were Jimmy Manuam and Ryan Bader, who's probably the most overrated.
Ryan Bader? He has good wrestling and decent boxing.
Well, he shouldn't be in the top 5,
Just
though.
doesn't
Anyway,
have
I'm
chin.
just saying.
Is he top 5?
Yeah,
That's
he's
ridiculous.
like number 5. Yeah,
That is ridiculous.
I wouldn't.
I mean, let's be real. That division is fucking weak. So
He's number 4, but like you said, it's a weak-ass division.
That is an embarrassment. He should not be number 4.
So, Anthony Johnson, 2-fight win streak. He's 5-1 in his last 6 fights. Only loss has been to Daniel Cormier. They fought for the interim championship back in May of 2015. Daniel beat him up, but he rocked Daniel. Rocked him. And then Glover Teixeira's on a 3-fight win streak. Last 3 fights were Rashad Evans, most recent, knocked him out round 1.
Yep.
Pat Cummins, TKO round 2, and OSP round 3 submission. Round 3 submission. I don't know what that was.
It's an Omega. Omega. You don't want to know anything about that because you ain't from the row. I just completely made that up. But this is Omega. That's what they do.
La Primera Lives.
Easy.
What movie's that?
Easy. Dog, I don't speak Spanish.
That's
You know I don't speak
American
Spanish.
me, sir.
You know I don't speak Spanish. Yeah. All right, man. Who you got, man? Come on. Let's pick these fights. What you got?
Oh, what do I got?
Break it down.
Yeah, let me tell you what I got, dude. I got the 2 hardest, besides Daniel Cormier and John Jones, probably the 2 hardest hitters in this division, maybe even over those 2 guys. Man, Glover, I think he's got the better boxing than Anthony Johnson. Glover's probably got better ground game. Might even have a little bit of the wrestling. I think what literally Anthony Johnson brings is that explosion. He brings that power and his ability to make anything happen at any given time if he lands a punch. We've seen Glover hurt against Ryan Bader. Anthony Johnson, we've seen him choked out
by
DC.
Yeah.
So, but at the same time, he cracked DC in that fight, so he was winning that fight till he got caught.
Yep.
And pretty much got manhandled by DC. Pretty much
after that, yeah. I think any one of these guys get manhandled by DC.
Yeah, I agree. Dude, this right here is probably the toughest fight to pick all year.
No, not at all. Not at all.
Yes.
Glover Teixeira.
Ooh.
Third round decision.
Third round. Yeah. So everything you're doing is just decisions.
Safe bet. Always play safe, kids.
I'm going to take Anthony Johnson round 2 knockout.
I see that. I can see that. But I also think Glover Teixeira is a little bit more smarter. A little bit more smart than that. He's going to keep his distance. He's gonna be patient. Wait for Rumble to make some mistakes. Take him to the ground or outbox him.
And I can see him. If he gets this to the ground, he can win. Easy.
Anthony Johnson is one of those guys that gasses out the first round. If he's not knocking you out the first round of the fight, he's probably gonna gas. Let's be real.
That I agree with. However, he's gonna be tough for Glover to take down.
Yes,
because he's so big and so strong. I think he could shake him off. And the way I see is if Ryan Bader's slow ass caught you with the 1-2 and hurt you up against the fence, what do you think them bombs that Anthony Johnson gonna do? Round 1
Bigger
knockout.
round, son. Round 1 knockout.
Knockout.
I feel you. Glover Teixeira, third round decision. Ooh. Boom, dropping bombs. Here we go.
That's it's
gonna be a great fight.
That's the best fight that could be made at light heavyweight.
That's a great appetizer. It's a great appetizer. Before the main event.
The main event for UFC 202, the most anticipated fight
of the year.
All of fighting history, included more than Evander Holyfield versus Mike Tyson 2, even more than Muhammad Ali. No, I'm playing. Anyway, this
you fucking idiot.
This is probably the most anticipated fight though in UFC history.
Yeah.
Well, the only ones that maybe could rival is maybe Hughes.
I was very excited for
Saint
Nate
Pierre.
Diaz, GSP. That was great.
Nate Diaz versus GSP. Nate Diaz never.
Diaz.
Okay.
Nate Diaz.
Well, I did say
One of the
rematch,
Diaz.
sir.
You never said rematch.
I just said rematch.
Okay.
Anyway,
Run
that's
it
why I was
back.
saying the only ones that could probably maybe like Chuck Liddell, Tito 2, 3,
Sure.
stuff like that. But anyway, Nate Diaz versus Conor McGregor, a rematch of their fight that we saw earlier this, I believe it was March. It's going to be at 170 pounds again.
170.
Makes
because fuck
no
rules.
sense.
Because fuck the rules.
But everybody wants to see it. Just like makes no sense.
Because I don't have to defend my title.
Hey, man. What about Bisping fighting Hendo? You're excited for that? That makes
Yes,
no
I'm
sense.
excited for that. Of course I'm excited for that. The Redcoats, man, versus America. Bringing it back. That's a great fight. It's a great fight. Fuck you.
See my face? Piece of shit.
How dare you? It's a great fight.
Piece
man.
of shit. Anyway.
I'm more excited for that fight than this fight.
Bullshit.
Yeah, I'm not.
Okay. So this right here, though, this is a main event. To me, this was the main event for UFC 200.
Yep.
That's why I keep calling this card the
actual
original 200.
We get it. The American people get it.
The American people get it.
I'm a hound you all fucking day.
Do you know? You know what? You know what? I'm gonna challenge you. You got to speak Irish.
Oh, my
you got to
God.
speak in an Irish accent the rest of the podcast.
Me?
Yeah.
Right now?
You know how to do these things. That's
No,
my
I'm
best
not doing
impression
it.
I
I'm
have.
not doing
Tings.
I'm not gonna put myself up.
Anyway,
like that.
so Nate Diaz is on a 2-fight win streak.
Yeah.
He's 3-1 in his last 4.
Yep.
His only loss in those have been to Rafael Dos Anjos, where he lost by unanimous 3rd round decision.
Yep.
And he beat Conor UFC 196
Choked
on
him
March
out
5th.
like a little bitch.
Conor, on the other hand, is 7-1 in his last 8 fights. So all that featherweight, didn't win his match against Nate at 170, which was the catchweight, which is actually welterweight. How do you see it going, man?
There's many things, many factors at play. I believe, as much as I don't like Conor, I like Conor. I love Conor. I love his style. I love his charisma. He's entertaining. Why he does certain things he does kind of is questionable. Like, why the hell you fight Nate Diaz at 170 again? Why would you in the first place? Conor is one of those guys that's gonna correct his mistakes. That being said, he made a lot of mistakes that first fight. With the whole thing saying that, I didn't use my power effectively. There's no effective way to use your power. You hit him, and that's it. You know what I mean? If you figure out you can't knock him out, then you shouldn't try to knock him out every single time you throw a punch. All right? That also being said, he had a whole camp. This is coming from a guy that's saying, I don't prepare for one fighter. I prepare myself for any kind of fighter. Now he's making excuses saying, I wasn't prepared for Nate Diaz. You know, my opponent switched up on me last minute. But yeah, you get Nick Diaz that had a 10-day camp coming off of Cabo.
Nick Diaz didn't fight.
Nick.
Hey, man.
Nate. Whatever,
Hey,
man. They're both Diaz. They both look the same. Nate Diaz come off a 10-day camp, not even in shape, no sparring, drinking tequila in Cabo, and got the job done. Do I expect much of a difference? Yes. I expect Conor to do things a little better, maybe throw some kicks, but he's not that flashy with his kicks. I see the same thing going on, man. Nate Diaz taken by submission.
What round you got?
I got 3rd round.
Ooh. I'm going to take my boy Conor McGregor.
Of course you will.
And I'm going to take him by 2nd round
'Cause you
TKO.
love- Please explain yourself, sir.
Let me explain this for
Please
you.
explain yourself, sir.
Let me explain this for you.
I just want to throw this out that you do realize Nate Diaz had a 10-day camp, right?
I do.
Okay.
Now, the issue with Conor was not how effective he was, because we saw how effective he was for about 6 to 7 minutes out of that first fight until he completely gassed. Now, he said himself that whenever he found out that he wasn't going to be making 155 and he was going to be making 170 instead, he just started eating a whole bunch of carbs and he started eating a whole bunch of meat, started staking it up, and he still came in at 168. But he said all of his diet went out the window. So I think he comes in. I think he's prepared to go 5 rounds. I think that we're going to see Conor with stamina for at least 3.5 to 4 rounds if it goes that far. And that 5th round, if it goes that far, I still think we're going to go ahead and see him maybe a little bit more sluggish. Obviously, anybody would going 20 minutes into a fight, but I think that he's going to be on point. I think that he's going to come in, and he was tagging the hell out of Nate. Nate got busted up quick, got busted up fast. There was a few times that he hurt him, but I think we see Conor with a little more work to that skinny-ass body and finishing in the 2nd round.
You don't know. You really don't know shit about fighting, do you?
Conor McGregor, 2nd round.
How do you say Conor McGregor?
Excuse me, sir.
You're gonna attribute that the reason he gassed out because he ate meat?
No, I think
he got a couple of cheeseburgers in him.
I think his diet completely went out the window into cardio, and he started bulking up.
That is complete bullshit.
Hey man, I'm just
Conor.
I speak the truth, and this is what Conor told me.
Conor
He texted me.
He texted
me.
Again, I understand Conor will make the adjustments, but you think Nate Diaz ain't making the adjustments either?
I think Nate
from
Diaz
a 10-day camp.
I think Nate Diaz is going to come in with almost the same game plan.
Yeah, but the game plan worked, didn't it?
It did. But I think that's
Nate Diaz is effective throughout the fight. So the first couple punches are gonna hurt you, but up into the 3rd, 2nd round, when he starts landing that 1-2 combination and the Stockton slap on you, and then it gets your bell run. Ask Michael Johnson, ask Conor McGregor.
Hey man.
And then what he's gonna do? Go for another double leg?
No, he's gonna need. He don't need to.
What's he gonna do? He's gonna use his Irish uppercut.
Now you got me, man.
now you got me. Come on, man. I'm trying to ruffle your feathers here.
Yeah, you ruffled my feathers. You sure you want this cockfight? Oh wait, hold on.
Whoa, easy.
I thought we were. I'm sorry. I'm from Mexico. They do a lot of cockfighting anyway.
Oh yeah, but they do.
But hey, man, I already told you, Conor McGregor's going to make the necessary adjustments. He already has. The diet's going to be on point. He's already coming in bigger, stronger, faster, and healthier than he was in the first one. It's like anyone who either gets weight drained, he went way up too quick, and it was not good. He completely gassed out. He knows that. Everybody could see it, how sluggish he was. He couldn't even move to the sides. He kept getting hit with the 1-2s coming in on the side whenever he would duck. Nate was just timing it. 1-2 down the pipe to the side. I think we're going to see the adjustment made. Conor's fixed it. I think we're going to go ahead and see a 2nd round TKO by Conor McGregor. You know what? Fuck that. Conor McGregor.
Don't be, because I would call you out right now, sir.
You know what I was going to say?
You want to bet?
You know what I was going to say?
What?
Conor McGregor, 1st round. Omoplata.
Gogo Plata.
By Americana.
The Peruvian necktie.
Yeah. Something really weird.
Yeah.
But Darce choke. Conor
Darce
McGregor
choke, yeah. Reverse Darce choke. Weight's too much for him. That's all I got to say. The weight is too much for him. Go back to 145 and knocking out shrimps. We're done?
I'm not done. I'm just getting started.
Oh, snap.
All right.
Oh, snap.
Let me tell you about my boy. This is, if Nate Diaz wins it, Nate Diaz already hit the lottery twice. It's red panty night twice at his house this year. He wants.
Why is Nate Diaz not the featherweight champ? You saw the interview with Nate Diaz afterwards. He's like, "Yeah, I guess I'm the featherweight champ now, so I guess I'm gonna do that for a while."
Well, sir, excuse me. You got to make 145.
Yeah, we all know that, Mimo.
Hey, man, you can't. You can't
have the belt. I know these things.
I know these things.
There you go. See,
I know these things. What the fuck you talking
G's,
about,
baby?
Yeah, this is the Munner weight. This is McGregor weight. It's a horrible. It sounds like
getting better.
It's almost like Scottish.
I think you need to work. Yeah.
You know?
Scotland. You sound like Braveheart.
Ooh, William Wallace.
William Wallace.
Ah,
Boom.
William Wallace is 10 feet tall.
All right, man. That's enough with UFC.
All right, man. That's enough of
I'm
William
done with
Wallace. Fuck
MMA.
William Wallace. Anyway.